I'm Mariana from Durban in South Africa. Welcome to my channel and thank you for tuning into my channel. I'm a bit nervous about this new video because it's the first time that I've made a video of a cardigan. My cardigan making process is quite organic. So that means I would do something and then I don't like it and then I pull it out and I redo until I like it. Here you can see the yarn weight. And I did use a 5mm hook as they recommended. I've used 3 colors. It will appear on screen. You need 9 crochet squares in total. This cardigan can surely also be crocheted just using granny squares. So that is the back of the cardigan. You can see also quite lovely with this line that it makes here. And then the rest of the back of the cardigan, the last part is done in the coral color. So that is the front again. And then the sleeves, just granny stitch, and then the cuffs I've made like this. I've tried not to have any yarn left over. I used 1 of these only, and then I had to use 2 of these because I didn't want the cuffs to be now this maroon color. I wanted it to tone in with this. But in the next 2 videos, I'm going to show you beautiful hair bands that I crochet that matches now the cardigan. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave comments. I would like to hear from you. You would have asked why did I say in the thumbnail that it's for 6 to 11 years. So let us talk about the size and how you can change it. So first of all, I just want to show you the size of this one. So it's 31 centimeters across the breast. Then from shoulder seam, from there to the bottom, it is 40 centimeters. And then the other one that I was working with is now the length from here, from the shoulder up to the wrist. To alter the size, as I've done a similar one for my one granddaughter that's 3 years old. And for that, I've just actually had less rows here at the front. Then also the length is easy to change because that is you just will remove this one if you need to have it shorter and then also have a shorter length here at the bottom. You can actually take this whole part here away, as I've done in another video. I will show that other video for you too. If you have not seen it, I've actually just explained how I went about the process, and I've explained it in Afrikaans. Then also at the back, now what if it's for an older size, even for 11 or for 12 years, then I would think that you can actually just add another round around each of the squares. So that's also an idea, I think. That is what I would have done. Surely the sleeves is quite easy to change. That's not a problem. But the sides, even if you need to now make it larger, and that is what you would have seen that I've showed there with an arrow, because initially I've put here another row. And in that video where I've explained is, if you want this for a bigger size, then you can actually go all around here from the front, all around with this color. And you add a layer of this color here to the side also. Then you also make it wider. So there's various ways in which you can alter the size. Let us crochet 1 square. I start with a magic ring. Just like that. Grab the yarn, pull it through, and just hold the magic ring in place and make a chain stitch. There's the ring. I'm going to crochet over both parts. So we need to make 12 trebles into this magic ring. The first one will be 3 chain stitches. So now I need 11 more trebles. 3 chain stitches and 11 trebles are done. Now I can pull this loose end tight, and I'm now going to make a slip stitch here into the third chain here at the top. I normally just see that I get to take that it goes through 2 strands, not just one. I don't want it to pull open, although it's not a problem here. Like that, because we're going to crochet the next round in between the trebles. Now I'm going to cut the yarn. Just leave a sewing tail to sew it back into the work. For this round, I need to make 2 trebles together in between each of these existing trebles and then a chain stitch between them. My first treble can either be 3 chain stitches, or I can do it as I show you here. I yarn over, then I go in between 2 trebles, collect the yarn, yarn over and pull just through two of the loops that I have on my hook. Okay, let me just see, there's one little strand that I didn't. There it is. Good. Now I yarn over again, go into the same space again, and now yarn over and pull through 2. Now there are supposed to be 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So you have now done 2 trebles together. Then chain stitch, go into the next space between 2 trebles, like that, yarn over through 2, then again yarn over and go in, collect another strand. Now you have 4 loops, yarn over through 2. So a loop of each of the trebles now remain on your hook, and now you yarn over and pull through all 3. 1 chain stitch between them. A last one I'm going to do slowly, and then you can pause the video and finish this round. Good, so I'll see you here at the end. I'm here at the end of this round. I've made the chain stitch. Now I can just slip stitch into this top stitch, whether it's now your third chain or whether you've made a treble like I did. So slip stitch in there, and then you can cut the yarn. Just before you cut the yarn, make sure that you have 12 of these 2 trebles together, and then you can cut the yarn. And we just leave a short tail to work it into the back. In this next round, round 3, I'm going to create corners. I'm going to make groups of 3 trebles, no chain stitches in between them. At the corners, I'll do 1 treble and then 2 double trebles, and just 1 chain stitch. Then again 2 double trebles, 1 treble, and no chain stitches here between. You can again start with 3 chain stitches, or like I nowadays do, I make a slip knot. And then I start immediately with a treble. So if I look here, I go in, just grab the loose end here under your thumb and make a treble. I need to make into this space 3 trebles. So through 2 and now through the last 2. Then I'll repeat it. Now no chain stitch, 3 trebles again. So as you can see, those are those 2 groups. those two groups. Now I'm at the corner, and there I make a treble, then 2 double trebles where I yarn over twice. Go in, and now yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over through the next 2, yarn over through the last 2. So I need to make another double treble, and they will all fit in this one chain space. Then a 1 chain, then 2 double trebles and a treble, still in this space. There you can see it makes a distinct corner. Now into the next space, 3 trebles, next space also 3 trebles, I'm at the end of round 3, so I can just go into this first stitch, slip stitch in there, and then cut the yarn and work away the ends here at the back. For the last round, I'm just going to join this to this. So that means, let us first just make again either 3 chain stitches, or you start with a treble like I start. I'm going to start now this side because here from the corner I want to join it there. So here in between these I still need to make 3 trebles just. So let me grab this. One treble made. So this is now like that. Now I come here to the corner. For this round, we're not going to make double trebles because we have now a corner. We're just going to make trebles. So 3 trebles. Then a chain stitch. Then you take up this corner, go in, collect the yarn, and make another chain stitch. And now you carry on with this side, making into this corner 3 trebles. Let us first see. There you can see. And there will now be really small spaces because that is my aim. So I've done now these 3. Now I make a chain stitch again. I go into the next space between the corner and these 3 trebles. Pull it through, chain stitch. So when we join them, we make chain stitches. Now just 3 trebles. Then a chain stitch. Find the next space. Chain stitch. Crochet the next 3. Chain stitch. Next space. Chain stitch again. Now I'm at the corner. No, still not at the corner. Here's another space. So again 3 trebles into this space as well. Again a chain stitch. Find the space here. Go in. Collect the yarn. 1 chain. Now we're at the corner. 3 trebles first. 1 chain stitch, go into the corner 1 chain space, make just 1 chain. Now we're off to this side, 3 trebles, you can see how it looks like. I like this kind of pattern that it makes. It gives it some more texture. Now remember, no chain spaces, just 3 trebles. Just get more yarn. I'm here at the end. I can just now slip stitch into this treble that I've started off with. If you have made 3 chain stitches, you slip stitch just into the top chain, and now you can cut the yarn. The 3 squares that I've joined by crocheting, as I've showed you, is actually the correct size here for the shoulders, but I need to just now shape it a little bit here at the top. Not much, not as much as the t-shirt, just a little bit. So I'm going to now do trebles and then DCs and then again trebles. Slip knot, pull it tight, hold it there, yarn over, go in. Now, I'm not going to put 3 trebles in here because it tends to flare out. I'm just going to put 2 trebles in here. Now, 3 trebles, so I carry on with the granny stitch. Now, in here, I will make half trebles. And now I will make DCs in this one. So these were still the corner spaces. If you see it pulls a little open, we are going to go from the front again around and then it will pull it tighter. So I don't want now already to pull the neckline too tight. So the middle square thus, I just go in with DCs into every space. Now I put half trebles into this space. And then trebles. I did now put in 2 here. Let us see at this side. It can be 1 or 2. I think I'm going to do another one. It can be 2. I just want a straight line up. Good. Now I'm going to turn. And I'm now going to do it a stitch in each stitch. I'm not going to do the granny for this last part. So I'm going to do the chainless treble where I keep now my finger on this. You can see I've pulled the loop out a bit longer and then I yarn over with the loop, but I keep my finger on that first loop. Go into the stitch like that, yarn over, pull through 2, and now yarn over and pull through the last 2. Now I'm going, as I've said, a treble here into each treble. Can you see here now, this is not as loopy as when I've done 3 chain stitches, and it's better that it pulls in a little bit, but not that it flares out. This is the back. As you can see, the neck here line was shaped. Now I'm going to crochet the rest of the back. So I'm going to attach the yarn here in the corner, and I'm just going to make 1 treble here. I again did not put any chain stitches between these granny groups. These two are near to each other, but now it will face out in the second row. So I turn the work. I'm going to make a treble onto this treble. Now I'm going to make a treble here. So I pull up the loop, and then I just now swing it about twice around the hook. And now I keep my finger on this one, and I first yarn over with that, and then I go into this treble. And I yarn over, pull through the treble, that I have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, but you can see I still press my finger on this loop, and now I can only let go. And yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. This loop will be a bit more open, but when you crochet again in it, you can see there, then it, you won't be able to see it. Good. Now, because the opening is here, I'll just make now 2 trebles further into this space. I don't want it to flare out. Like that. And now I carry on. When I get here to the end, as you can see, here's the same story. So I'll make 2 trebles in here, and then the last treble into this one. Good. Now I'm going to turn. And now I just want a starting treble. So now I pull up the loop. I normally just take it once or twice around the hook. Then I push my finger here on the loop, and I yarn over with the same thing. And then I go into the treble, yarn over, pull through the treble, yarn over through 2 with my hand still on this loop. And now, as you can see, I can release it, yarn over through the last 2. So there the first treble is. Now I immediately go into this space. And like that, I will do every alternative row. And I crochet 3 trebles into that space. Can you see? So it resembles this row, 2 down. So now I'm ready to leave you. The only thing that we have to decide now is for how long. What's the measurement that I need to crochet down with this? For this front, as you can see here, when I joined the yarn, I've made 1 treble into this space, and then I've just made a treble into each of these 3 trebles that was in each space, a treble into those 3, and a treble here into the corner. And then I turn, and now it's a treble into each treble, and here I've cut the yarn. Let me turn this around. So here I bring in now this front 3 squares that I've joined, and after I've crocheted like 20 centimeters here, then I first sew this to the front here at the shoulders. Just make sure, because at this stage the front of the back is facing me. Let the two insides face each other, that the fronts of both the front and the back face outside. So just make sure of that, and then you will now just use the long tail and you will sew up the shoulder seams, and then you can do the last little bit. So now you need to crochet the back until it has the same length as here, the end of the 3rd square. That's meant for the front. As I've told you that I would do, I've now, for the other side of the front, I've also crocheted the 2 rows of trebles, joined them, and then I've checked now with the back, because this is what I was busy doing, that I've now crocheted up to the same level. So you will now be at the stage when the back is 1 row longer than the front. So that means this row of the back is still not done for you. What I did then, before I cut the yarn for the back, I've crocheted another row to the sides of just DCs going into the spaces on both sides. So here the same, you will see here are the DCs that I've made. Then after that, I have then hand sewn the 2 sides together. I first tried it with this color yarn, and then I didn't like it as much, and I again undid it and I did it with this color yarn. So you will again see you need to do what you like. So you will sew it together with this row still not done, because this row here I've done after I have shaped to the side. Then I went around and did this last row. So I have now stitched it together from here up to the bottom. What you will see now following is that the yarn was now connected here in the corner, and then I've started at the right hand side of this cardigan to first now shape it, and when I did the last round, then I've added, as you can see now, this last row with the maroon color, and then it's on the same level as this here. Your stitching can stop here. You can see, because when you stitch it up, I still didn't do this row, but that you don't need there to have stitching up there, because there is in any case a little gap there. We now need to shape the neckline that it becomes a V shape. So I join it here. I want to make a treble here, in that space here between the trebles here in the corner. Now I want to make 2 trebles into this space. In the first of the corner spaces, I make a 2 trebles and a half treble. And now in this next space, it's also corner space, I make a half treble and 2 DCs. Like that. And then I go to that next space and I just slip stitch in there. Just pull it a little bit, that it's a long loop. So you have just slip stitch into that space. Now you can turn. Now I can start with a DC somewhere here. I don't want to make the DC too near to where I was. Because we're in any case going still to come with DCs up. Now let us look where's the next space. The next space is now Let us see, there is the space. So in that space I need to make now again 2 DCs and a half treble. And in the next space I make a half treble and 2 trebles. So I follow the same pattern, just 2, 2, 2 of each. Let us see how it shapes. Yes. Can you see? If I hold it in my hand, then it's better for you to see. So when we come up, we do the same. 2 trebles and a half treble in one space, and in the next space we do another half treble and 2 DCs, so that it's 2 of each. That's a way to remember it. Yeah, I'm at the bottom. I will make 3 trebles into this last space, and then just 1 treble into the treble where I've started. Now we're going to go up again. So let me turn. Now you can see in this row I had 2 trebles, so now I'll first pull up the loop and make a treble here, and then another treble into that space. Then it looks like that first row where I've started. So my first treble will be in the treble, and the next treble will be into the space. This next treble goes into the space. Like that. Now again trebles. I'll show you there when we come nearer to the neckline what I do there. You can see here, so that one, this group was the group of a half treble and 2 DCs. Here it was 2 trebles and a half treble. So now I need to still make here trebles, but here I need to now make 2 trebles and a half treble. So now here this side, more to the bottom of this, I start with my 2 trebles and then 1 half treble, and in the next opening here I do a half treble and 2 DCs. If I see I must just do 1, then I just do 1, that if the shape works out correct, and it looks to me as if it's going to work out correctly if I actually just do 1 DC. Otherwise I go up too high. I can actually even do here a slip stitch. Let us see. That was just a half treble, and then I can always slip stitch just in here and then turn. So you actually just try and see which stitches you can put in there that can shape it the way that you want it to shape. So I've now turned. We keep also the middle of the front in consideration. Here it is. So at some stage here will be my last part where I will make shorter and taller stitches. Then I will just come with trebles up and down, because I don't want the neckline to keep on shaping up to here. It's too far down. So I've reached this now. I've turned, and now I'm just going to make maybe a DC. I also turn now. As you can see, I don't turn that the yarn is this side, then it makes a loopy thing in which I need to crochet. So just for this, I've actually had the yarn here at the inside intentionally. So now I'm just going to make here a DC. Now you will see here's now opening. I need to do it like the previous row, where in the opening I make 3 trebles and then a treble in this first treble as I've done here. You can see there it is. Good. So I turn. Now we want to do no more shaping. We're going to go straight now to that side, just like that. So now we look again. How was the previous row? Here was a treble onto this one and then a treble here in the opening that you have 2 here next to each other. I pull up a loop. Maybe once is enough to turn, then turn it around the hook and make a treble. And then into that space another treble. It looks like this. Don't worry about that because we're going to crochet into it again. So that looks now like this. Now here into this 3 trebles. Now I'm going to go all the way up again with groups of 3 trebles. As you can see, it's now almost opposite the middle. So the last bit will be for a really thin ribbing that will, where the 2 will be over each other. So I'm now going to go just with DCs around here, and then the moment when I get to this side, I'm going to start shaping it already here with a DC and then another DC, and in here 2 DCs, a half treble, treble. So I'll immediately start to shape it here and then go up and down this side also until these 2 sides look the same. So now just with DCs up and around. I have now attached this lovely coral color here at the bottom, and I have now just went to and up and down, and as you can see, as we've done now the back also, so every alternative row looks the same. If this row just have 1 stitch there and this one has now 3 in this space, then the next row again has 1 there and then 3 in here. So I'm making 7 chain stitches so that I can make 6 DC. So I just carry on here. I've made 7 chain stitches. Now I will make DC starting from the second chain from the hook. Now the first part will just be a bit more tricky in the sense that I will show you now that I don't have the DCs. And count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then 6. It's quite important to keep track of how many stitches you have crocheted all the time. Why I say it can be tricky here, because from here onwards you can see the trebles, the little loops of the trebles. But now here it's still randomly. So now I'm just checking how far are 2 stitches away from each other. And they're quite near. So I'm just guessing now. So I will now make a slip stitch here somewhere. I just find a space, go in, make a slip stitch, because that's what we would have done, and then we make a slip stitch in the next one as well. So if it was now 2 of these trebles, this is what we would have done. Then you just flip it backwards and you check. Now you need to make still 6 DC. So just see from where you must start. 2, 4, 6. So this is my first one. I mustn't make any DCs into these 2 slip stitches. And now I work in the back loop only. It's really easy. I must say I enjoy this. I actually use this, as you have seen on previous cardigans, even for the whole body of the cardigan. Good. So I've made now, there's the 5th one, and here is the 6th one. Then I turn it. I normally let the yarn just go around. It will just make a little loop there. Good. Now I work backwards again making, and I start here into the first one next to the hook. I make there a DC and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I find another space here that I can go in. Luckily also this is stretchable, and I go in and I slip stitch, and I find another space where I can go in with a slip stitch like that. And now I flip it again, and I know I need to make 6 DCs, so I count from the tip 2, 4, 6. Then I know I need to crochet in this one, not on the 2 nearest here to the hook. So crochet in the back loop only. The moment when we get now to the trebles, then it's far easier, because then you can see the loop far more easily. So there it is. Then I turn, and I again take my yarn just to the back like that. And it is here. Now it looks like this already. The buttonholes must come here at the right side of the ribbing. So I've measured out where I want to put buttonholes. So for a buttonhole, you will just not work into stitches. So I'm going to go here to the end, and then I'll show you. Now I'm just going to do DCs into the first 2 stitches. Then I'm going to skip 3 stitches. I will check if it's 2 or 3. Let us skip just 2 first. And now I make chain stitches. So I will make 2 chain stitches because I skipped 2 stitches, and I make the last 2 DCs. Then we can check with the button. It does go through, so we will do it like that. So you just check with the button. Now when you get here, you go into a stitch again, into a treble, slip stitch in. This was still now the treble, so I'm going to slip stitch in here. Now it will start to be easier. Slip stitch into the next one and crochet again the ribbing. Again, not into the first 2 stitches. See that you have 6 DCs, and then you can start to do it. Now here are the 2 chain stitches. Then I'll just now make a DC into one loop. The loop then away from me. I have opted for 4 buttonholes. So my first buttonhole was this way away from the bottom. And then, as you can see there are, I've spaced them 6 centimeters from each other. Then I've crocheted the ribbing up till here. You can see with 6 DCs in the back loop, and then I've crocheted a few rows with 5. So that means here I have crocheted 2 DCs together. Just go into the one and pull up a loop, go into the next one and pull up a loop, that you have 3 loops on your hook, and then you yarn over and pull through all 3 simultaneously. Then it became now 5 DCs up to here, and then I've decreased once more to 4. And then I've crocheted all the way around just 4 DCs up to here, and then I've increased it to 5 DCs again. So to increase, you will go into 1 DC and make a DC, and then go into the same and make another DC. So you crochet 2 DCs in the same hole, then you have brought it up to 5. And again here one can obviously see there it goes bigger again. I have crocheted in the second DC from the corner, the 2 DCs, that it wasn't that obvious, but you can still see a little bit there. And then I've crocheted all the way around the other side again with 6 DCs here up to the bottom. Then I did this last of 6 DCs in back loop only. Then here, because there you can see still a granny stitch, I've slip stitched into this space. Then I made 4 chain stitches, slip stitch into this space, 4 chain stitches, slip stitch in there, and like that I went all around. And you can see, as I've told you, I've made 6 rows of granny stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I need to count how many of these groups of 3 trebles did I put into this sleeve to start with, and then I will also check when did I start to decrease the number of these groups. I count 15 of these groups. Then the other thing that one need to look at is here at the top. I've just put into this part 2 groups, space them out. And then here you can see into this this corner here, I've put 1. And if we look then there, where was the next one? Here you can see I've put the next one there also in this corner. Then I will look, where did I start to decrease? And I'm going to crochet in rounds and go all around the whole time. So I'm not going to turn. So let us now get to this one. So I need to make now 15 into this sleeve. If I start here, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7 and 8, then a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is why I've decided that I need to now crochet one here at the bottom also. So in those corners, that's a corner, there's another corner, but also here in the bottom I need to put 3. So now I've made 3 there. I could even make another one here in here if I wanted to, but I'm happy with that. Then the next one I'll make in here. Now it will be fine here at the top. I'll show you what I do there. If I make one group in here and then another group in there, maybe somewhere. And then here I'll make it in there somewhere. I don't want to make it too on the edge. I normally go a bit deeper in. Let me think. There maybe. If it pulls open a bit like here, now it doesn't matter because there's in any case everywhere open spaces. And then there's the next one. And then it will be plain sailing again because then we have now the openings in which we're going to make the 3 trebles. So now I'm going to go all the way down. So you can see here will be the next one. Good. So now we're here. Now I normally slip stitch then into the first one or even sometimes into the second one. I can just slip stitch into this one. Now you can see I'm here opposite an opening already. And I need to now make off already for the next round. I need to make off 2. I need to make just that it forms now 1. So that means I need to crochet now 2 from here. In this space I would have made 3, and in this space I would have made 3. Now I'm going to crochet 2 in this one, and here it's up to you. I normally start now in this case with 3 chain stitches, and then I go into the same space, almost in the space to the right. I make a treble, but I don't complete the treble. And then I go to the next space, and I also make a treble. So actually I make 2 trebles together, the 2 middle trebles, over the 2 spaces. And then I still make another treble into this space. So it was the 3 chain stitches and then the 2 trebles over the spaces. Now you will see I've now reduced in the group, so because this will count as one group. So now we go all around, real easy, just into the spaces you will make 3 trebles. When I look at this, now we've talked about it, that these 2 spaces we have crocheted together. I've done it at that side. I'll show you now. Then the next round were just 3 in each space. Then also round 4, I've counted round 4. It was still on 14 of these groups. And in round 5, I've again crocheted the stitches of 2 groups together. So I'm going to do the same this side. So I've finished now round 2. So here at the end of the round 2, you can go now here into the top of this chain stitch, because these 4 you have now crocheted together. You can even go in there, but I want to go as near as here to this opening, because I want to make my first 3 chain stitches that will serve as a treble above this opening. So I'm just going to go now here in this chain stitches for this round. And as you can see now, if I make here 3 chain stitches that will serve as a treble, then into this space when I come back here, then I'll put 2 more trebles in. Then I immediately go over to this space and make 3 trebles into this space. And now I'll just going to go all around, and when I reach this bottom again, then I'll show you. So this is where I've started the round with the 3 chain stitches. Now I go into that same space and I just add 2 more trebles. And now I need to surely crochet them together. So here I need to slip stitch into the 3rd chain here. And bring it sort of back that it's there part of that group. There you can see. So what I've tried to do all the time with the sleeve is have all the decreases here at the bottom. So now I'm finished with round 3. Let me show you how I start round 4. As you can see here, I'm actually now ready after I've now slip stitched into this 3rd chain to immediately start here and crochet in this space. My hook is to the correct side of the space. So in a case like that, I don't even make 3 chain stitches. I make a DC and then I make 2 chain stitches. And now there's space again for the other 2 trebles in here. And then I will just now go all around and make into each space 3 trebles. So now first, as you know, I've started this row with a DC and 2 chain stitches, so I need to slip stitch into the top of these 2 chain stitches. So there is a space that I can go in, and then I just slip stitch. Now in round 5 I need to now decrease again, and I want to keep the decreases here in line with the seams, the side seam, because then it's sort of not obvious, it's under the arm. So I'm going to crochet these 2 together. So I'm going to now take 3 chains from here. See, because normally I crochet here the 2 trebles here nearest to the 2 spaces, I crochet them together. But now, because I'm so near here to this, to the left hand side of the space, I just now do this like that, and I crochet another treble in here, and then I just do that. So when I come back, I'll just make now another treble in here and just slip stitch it in to that stitch. So then they sort of are pulled together. It's just my way of doing it, but it works. Now I've done it in the past also, and the result seems to be quite good. Now I just go all around again until I reach this end, and then I'll show you here. Yeah, as you can see, I've reached now this opening where the 3 chain stitches are already made into. So I just make a treble also into this opening. And now I'll just pull it together. So I will actually just now make a slip stitch into that top one, not even in the trebles. There you can see it pulls it together. And now surely my next stitches must be made into these. So I'm going to go over now immediately to this space. There you can see I'm in this space. So now I'll just make 3 trebles into this space. and then I can slip stitch again here to the top of the 2 chain stitches, because I started here with a DC and 2 chain stitches. Like that, and then I'll carry on to that space, and then when I come back I just need to make 2 more trebles into this space.